And as the Commonwealth threatens suspension, Pakistan's government serves Benazir Bhutto with a 7-day detention order and disallows her party's planned march against President Pervez Musharraf's emergency rule. For more now on what is happening in Pakistan, Sean Gregory is the director of the Pakistan Security Research Unit at the University of Bradford. He joins me by phone from Hebden Bridge, UK. Thank you so much for joining us. Describe for me the situation as you read it, because it certainly appears as though Benazir Bhutto is having to work within a very tight box.
Well, I think that's right. The military control of Pakistan is almost complete, and as long as Musharraf continues to have the support of the United States and the United Kingdom, I think he's going to take as many risks as he can to ensure he stays in power.
So he's got the support, as you say, for obvious reasons. He's a necessary ally, if nothing else, to both the UK and to England. But what about Benazir Bhutto? Is there a sense that the reason that she has as much freedom as she does, which, Frank, it isn't much, but at least she hasn't been completely silenced, is because of international pressure?
Well, that's right. If you just go back a few weeks, the plan was that Benazir would return to Pakistan, would somehow get herself re-elected as Prime Minister for a third term, getting Musharraf's support to bend the constitution to allow that, and then she would support him and enhance his political base. But that has all unraveled with the state of emergency declared on the 3rd of November.
It is easy and comfortable for you and I to have a dispassionate conversation about what's going on in Pakistan, but a different situation inside, of course. Describe for me how difficult it is at this point for Bhutto and for other opposition leaders to get their message out, because that's being very tightly controlled, isn't it? Even if she wanted to get people out in great numbers at tomorrow's march, is she able to reach them?
Well, that's the $64,000 question. The Pakistan military and the intelligence community and the police are doing a very good job of locking up political opposition, civil society, free media, non-governmental organizations, and so on. We think that somewhere between 3,000 and 5,000 have been arrested, maybe many more than that, and oftentimes with quite considerable force. So people like, for instance, the internationally known cricketer Imran Khan is presently on the run. His family was sort of roughed up by the military, and apparently that was something of a shock to him. Now, the question then is, how does Benazir reach a wider audience with half of her leadership locked up, the media closed down, and the only media running that in the hands of the Pakistan military? It's extremely difficult. And Musharraf is being very kind of shrewd in presenting a facade of democracy, but actually behind the scenes really doing as much as he can to make sure that the Democrats don't have a chance.
Part of that facade, as you put it, is the promise for elections on January 9th. Would those even be credible elections if they took place?
Well, in my opinion, absolutely not. He's talking now about elections really only forced on him by American pressure within 60 days. And as I said, at the moment he has most of the opposition locked up or in exile. The free media unable to report on anything. Now, the idea that he can transit from where he is to credible democracy in under 60 days, I think, is a stretch too far.
So he holds all the cards, apparently. Even there was murmurings within the Commonwealth to threaten Pakistan with suspension or expulsion from the Commonwealth. They've been through that before. Is that a wise move from Commonwealth countries, or are they better served to actually keep them as a member and exert pressure that way?
Well, I followed the discussions of the Commonwealth quite closely today, and I think they're very keen to avoid the so-called Mugabe situation, whereby, putting immense pressure on Mugabe in Zimbabwe, they forced him to leave and then lost leverage and lost links and lost communication. I think what they want to do is put Musharraf under maximum pressure, but actually not at the moment move to suspension of Pakistan, so that they've given him some wiggle room. And I think it's quite a shrewd move to give just a short time frame to allow Musharraf to move.
All right. Quite a situation. Sean Gregory, thanks for sharing your insight with us.
No, not at all. Great pleasure.